Okay, let's just stop for a second. We use them pretty much every single day, right? But have you ever really asked yourself a super basic question? What is a computer? I mean, really? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break that down. We're going to show you the simple but incredibly powerful engine that basically runs our entire world.
So, yeah, what is a computer, really? I mean, you've probably got one in your hand right now or on your desk, maybe even on your wrist. But what's actually going on inside that thing? Beyond the screen and the keyboard? Well, it turns out the answer is way less complicated than you might think, and it reveals something honestly incredibly powerful. All right, let's get into it.
Okay, so let's start with the simplest definition we can find. We're going to cut through all that technical jargon. At its absolute core, this is it. A computer is simply a device that manipulates information or data. That's it. That's the whole game. It just takes in some data and it does something with it. And here's the crazy part. That one simple idea is the foundation for every single digital device we use today.
And trust me, you are absolutely surrounded by them. I mean, think about it. Your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, your smartphone, yeah, they all look different on the outside, but inside, they share the exact same DNA. They're all just different bodies, different hardware, running on that exact same fundamental idea, just manipulating data.
So, the big question is, how does a computer actually do that? How does it manipulate all that data? Well, it all boils down to just 3 core jobs. Seriously, if you get these 3 things, you'll understand the essence of pretty much all of computing. And here they are: storing data, retrieving data, and processing data. That's it. That is the magic trio. You can think of these 3 jobs as the bridge that connects the physical stuff you can touch, the hardware, with the software, the programs and the apps that make it all come to life. So let's see how this actually works in the real world. Okay, first up, storing data. And this one is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Anytime you save a file, like a document or a photo, you're telling the software, hey, write this information down onto the physical hardware, onto your hard drive or a flash drive, so you can keep it safe for later. And then, of course, we have retrieving data. This is just the other side of that coin. So when you go to open that file you just saved, or you download an attachment from an email, your computer's literally just pulling that information back out of storage, getting it ready for whatever's next. And that brings us to the third and final job, processing data. This is really the thinking part, the action part. A perfect everyday example is just typing on your keyboard. Every single time you press a key, that's data. That data gets sent to the computer's brain, the central processing unit, or CPU. The CPU then follows instructions to turn that key press into a letter that pops up on your screen. That is data manipulation happening right there in real time. So, okay, we've got storing, retrieving, and processing. But so what? Why does any of this matter to you? Well, it matters because those 3 simple jobs are the building blocks that all software uses to let you do incredible things. This is where all that theory becomes your reality. And here is exactly how it all fits together in your day-to-day life. Those core jobs, all being directed by software, are what allow you to type up a document in Microsoft Word, fire off an email in Gmail, or just browse the web using Chrome or Safari. It's the same principle that lets you build a complex spreadsheet in Excel or design a presentation, just like this one, in PowerPoint. And of course, it is not all about work, right? Those exact same principles, storing, retrieving, processing, are what lets you play a huge immersive video game. That's just the computer processing insane amounts of data. Or what lets you create and edit videos to share with your friends or with the whole world. I mean, the list of what you can do it's practically endless. So when you boil it all down, what's the big takeaway here? It's this. A computer isn't some kind of magical, mysterious box. No, it's an incredibly powerful tool that's just sitting there, waiting for you to tell it what to do. There's a line from our source material that just captures this perfectly. It asks, what can you do with the computer? And the answer is, really anything that you want. Think about that. The hardware is just there to provide the raw power, but it's you, using the software, who provides the creativity, the purpose. You're the one in control. And that's really the whole journey we've just taken together, right? We started with a super simple definition, and just by understanding those 3 core jobs, we can now see how the hardware and software connect and how that opens up a world of limitless creation, of limitless potential. So, I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. Now that you actually get the fundamental engine that powers pretty much every device in your life, there is really only one question left to ask. What are you going to create first?